Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Neil for CarLightCleaners.com. I am back. I am back on the job to do the gigs again. And this video here will showcase me telling you I'm back and the other things that I'm having to put back together with my tool bag because this has been sitting around forever. So anyway, check out the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Give me some likes, subscribe. You want to definitely subscribe because I'm always going to be throwing a video up, and it'll somewhat be out of the left field type of video, and I may bring out some interesting notations about doing headlight restoration. All right, so let's get started. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Neil, Car Light Cleaners. It's the S on the end now, Car Light Cleaners. I had CarLightCleaner.com. I didn't re-register that domain back fast enough, and it wasn't that somebody else got the domain, but it's the domain company itself. They know when you want to reclaim your domain, and they hold on to it. Matter of fact, they'll want more money for it. And so, I don't particularly care about trying to get it back now, but it's Car Light Cleaners with the S on the end, which I think is nice because when it comes to headlight restoration, it's more than just one guy doing it. It's pretty much all of us that are into it. But I just want to let you guys know, I'm back now. I will just say that I'm back. I was really kind of ill for a long time. I really was. Part of it, yes, I'm getting older. But what happened was, too, I started developing a condition which is called PVC, and that's when you get skip beats in your heart. Your heartbeat gets skip beats. And it made me weak. I couldn't really, I really thought I was going to be completely done with doing headlight restoration on the side. And it's just a side job for me, really. That's all it is, just a side gig. But it kind of keeps a little bread and butter on the table, Been doing this for a long time, since 2015. Really, it's maybe even 2014, to tell you the truth, but a long time. And I've had the training videos up and helping, some guys get started at this. Maybe a number of you guys that's on this channel have learned how to do the basics of it and probably got really good at it. You're probably making more money than me. But it's been my pleasure to do that. But I'm back now, and I'm just kind of getting my gear together that I got down here on the ground. So I'm gonna flip this around. Okay, so I got my items here now, and I had to set aside on this patio because I didn't really think I'd get back at it again. I was sick with my condition. I'm taking medication now, so I'm actually feeling so much better now. But anyway, I had to clean all the spider webs out of this thing. I had to dump it out and clean it out. So everything that you see here is not the complete, deal. You actually need a number of other things. I don't have my towels here. I don't really have all the, components. Matter of fact, there's a few sanding discs I have to actually order. So I have to kind of restock on my supplies here. Then of course there's the water bottle, there's the alcohol deal, and of course my old trusty dusty compounds, and that kind of helps get a lot of the residual gunk off the headlights, and plastics. This is the best to me, as far as these solutions in a bottle. This is the best headlight restoration. Once you finish the job and you're polishing it, this gets it to a finish where it's squeaky, Oops, I'm knocking stuff over. But anyway, that's my alcohol bottle. I got to put some more alcohol in there. This stuff been sitting here on the patio because I really didn't think I'd get back at it again. And of course, I got my auto ceramic, and I haven't used this stuff in so long. Probably see the dust film on this thing. I may have to check, see if it's still viable. It might be somewhat of an expiration on the use of it, because it's been sitting for almost 2 years, really. It's metal polish. So anyway, Probably gonna have to get another deal of this because this stuff, it sits so long that it separates. So all the white, compound like stuff is on the bottom, and then you get the oily stuff that develops on the top. So anyway, I'm gonna have to replace that. So it's my dump bucket, and oftentimes I'll just fit that in here. And so when I'm working with the various towels, wiping off the oxidation runoff and whatever, and I just throw it in there. So that's kind of like my dump bucket. It's been serving other purposes too, because when I have to use this, I kind of like tailor-made this so I can get in those corners, because you get some of those headlights, they got those teardrop headlights, it's hard to get in the corner of those headlights with something round, so, but anyway, I've cut up some of my sanding blocks, really kind of getting those little tight areas. And so anyway, but the case itself is pretty interesting. This is Husky, and so I put the numbers here for the sanding disc size 2000. So I got my 2000s in here. I don't know if you can see in there, but that's why I put my 2000s in there. And then the 3000. I got 3000s actually inside the house, but this is the one that's been sitting in this container for so long it actually laminated, and this is 3M. So just being out here on the patio and in the sun and heat and humidity, I'm not going to actually use that. But, and I got my 400, and then on the side, this is just pockets that you can put some other things in, maybe my business cards and stuff. And on the other side, I've got the 600 grit, got 800 grit here, and got 1000 grit right there. Now, the one grit size that you don't see, because I got my 400 in here, but there's another lower, or I would say higher grit size, which is the 320, and this is the 320 grit here. I only use this when it comes to like clear coat. You try to remove a clear coat. I tried removing clear coat with the 400. It eventually does it, but it's a lot of work. You got to really just go with a low number, which is much more coarse. And so that's only if I run into a customer that has a really bad clear coat issue and I have to remove that clear coat. But other than that, I generally start off with 400. But anyway, I like this Husky tool bag right there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, just trying to get myself back together here. So I'm feeling great. I got my medication. I'm doing more physical activities. I feel stronger. And so I'm ready to get back at it, as far as doing my side hustle. So, we're dealing with inflation nowadays, higher cost of living. So I'm glad to be able to kind of get back at this. I wouldn't even be able to come out here and do what I'm doing now. I would have been exhausted, tired, sickly. But that's it, I'm back at it. So anyway, I'll be making some more videos. Try to show some other things that I've been doing, how I deal with customers. And there's a lot of scenarios that you deal with when you're dealing with customers. Okay, guys, so that is it. Just let you guys know I am back, and I will catch you guys in another video. Take care.